Hi guys, I'm Igor. I'll provide market commentary before market opens and my stock picks and option picks for the day. Today is January 29th, 2020, and here's what's happening. The coronavirus just claimed another 25 people lives, and the situation remains grim with the Chinese government trying to handle this outbreak. And unfortunately, it's not working out that well so far. And I don't know if this is the situation is completely contained at this point. Okay, but the futures are up because of the really good corporate and earnings reports yesterday and this morning. So let's start with Apple. So Apple reported really good numbers and beat the street handily on really good revenue from the wearable devices and services revenue. AirPods were selling really well. So, but the thing is that at $323, which is about 26, 27 PE, I don't think I'm buying the stock. So it's very high in my opinion, with a company growing at 6 to 8% growth rate a year. I mean, the stock is up about 11, 12% this year already, and had a big run in 2019. So at 323, it's very expensive at 25, 26, 27 times earnings. So I'm not a fan at this point of the stock. So I'm fading this rally in Apple shares. So another stock that reported was AMD. AMD reported actually really good numbers, but the stock is down pre-market because they provided a guidance that's a little bit below, slightly below the midpoint of the analysts that were projecting the guidance for the next quarter for AMD. So the stock is down pre-market, and the report was really good. I mean, I like the report, so maybe it's a good time to buy on a weakness. Okay, so another company that's reported is Xilinx, symbol XLNX. Okay, so they didn't report good numbers, and their revenues were down, and they said that the 5G rollout will be slow, and they expect the headwinds in the next quarter. Also, they announced a round of layoffs. About 7,000 people will be laid off. So the stock is down this morning, and I'm not picking it up. So that's that. So Boeing reported this morning. Boeing reported horrible numbers, actually a lot worse than expected. But the new CEO, David Calhoun, talked up the stock a little bit by saying that the coronavirus does not affect the production of the and the manufacturing of the company, and they might get Boeing sooner than expected. So the shares turned around after being down, and it's up pre-market. But they have a conference call scheduled for 10:30, and I will be interested to listen to the conference call and see what they have to say before doing anything with the stock. Okay, so GE reported as well. GE reported pretty good numbers, but gave actually lower guidance for the year. So they expected like 50. They expected like 67 cents for the year to earn, but they said they will earn 54 cents. But the cash flow really exceeded the expectations, and they said that if Boeing comes back earlier, that could really help their bottom line. Okay, so I actually like Larry Culp and the CEO of GE, and he's doing a pretty good job at turnaround story. But I would not buy the stock at the open. See where it settles after it opens, after it trades a little bit. Okay. Another news is that Limited Brands announced that they're exploring other alternatives that includes the potential sale of the partial or the whole company, and the CEO, they're in talks with CEO to be leaving, Lex Wexner. So that's taking well by Wall Street, and the stock is up pre-market a lot, actually. Like 15% up pre-market. I'm not sure if I would buy it at the open because I think it might come down a little bit, but that's actually the exploring strategic alternatives, meaning the sale of the company, is actually good news. And I was recommending this company a while ago when I was trading back in like $18, $19, especially considering that it was paying like 6% or 6.5% dividend. So that's not a bad company to own, in my opinion, at this stage. Okay. So another company that were in the news today is Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat said that they've been chosen by KFC chicken to be a selected product for KFC chicken for their non-meat plant-based imitation product. And KFC chicken said that they have tested a number of products and they have selected Beyond Meat. So that's good news for the stock because it's been hit by a number of bad news before, as the original bullish analyst that was very bullish on the stock came out yesterday and said that the stock has run its course and is basically fully valued, and he was downgrading and cutting the price target for his price target for the stock. And also Tim Horton, as the restaurant chain in Canada, said that they were taking Beyond Meat off their shelves. So that hit the stock pretty hard in the last couple of days. So the KFC collaboration is really good news for Beyond Meat, and the shares could actually rally this morning or this afternoon. Okay, so and another company that I've been asked a lot is NIO. Okay, so people ask me about this company all the time, and I have to say that NIO, I would be very careful with that stock because we haven't heard from them getting the financing from Guangzhou Automobile. I mean, there were a lot of talks about getting financing from that company for $1 billion, but since then, it's absolute silence. So I would be very careful with the stock at this point. So if you still want to own the stock, just hedge your position by, for example, buying puts and selling